But I had back scenes with Vivica, who I have had a mild crush on for quite some time. I got to pick her up. I held her in my arms.
Yes.
Shit is crazy.
Aleshea, first off, can I give you flowers for this? Like, I said it in your intro, but feature film debut is insane for this. And I was telling her backstage, I remember when I interviewed Jordan Peele for Get Out, and Ava DuVernay for Selma. This feels like one of those moments, you know, in Black cinema that is just groundbreaking. You shattered some sort of glass ceiling, so bravo.
Oh, thank
Bravo.
you so much. I'm honored by that. Thank you.
And listen, I want to know, Sterling,
Yes, sir.
this is such a
What up, y'all?
stretch for
Thank
you.
you.
Come on.
Appreciate it. Come on now.
I mean,
what
you
up?
are- you
It's just Sterling. It's fine.
I mean, you heard the screams when I mentioned This Is Us in Paradise. You have a crazy fan base. I have to know, what was your why for doing this film, Is God Is?
I wanted to first and foremost support this brilliant and talented woman and try to give her every opportunity for her film to be successful. And I felt like maybe my presence in it could be helpful in that way. Because it was such a, like, you read it, and I'm like, oh, I ain't seen no shit like this before. Like, these women are messy. They are messy, and they are like on a mission as like, we don't get a chance. We normally have to be very sort of sanctimonious or like, you know, forthright or what have you, and be the voice of reason for crazy white people and that sort of thing. And it's like, I kind of enjoyed that this whole landscape was just us, and we got to run the gamut. You know what I'm saying? So that made me really excited. And then anytime people think they kind of put you in a box about what you can do, and you want to just try to expand the box as much as possible. I look at acting like controlled schizophrenia. I got a lot of people that live inside of your boy, and every once in a while I get to let out a different one, and they'll be like, ooh, Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. Yeah.
Oh my God. And same thing for you, Aleshea. What was your why behind casting Sterling Brown? What did you see? Because we've not seen that before. Like, what did you see? How did you have the foresight?
The first time that I saw Sterling, I saw him on stage in a play by Susan Laurie Parks. What I saw was an extraordinary actor, and I don't play about actors. So I knew that this person could conjure this character perfectly. I also knew how he exists in the consciousness, right? I knew what people might expect based on the roles he's played, and I wanted to be subversive. So it was like amazing actor wanting to be subversive. He was so enthusiastic about the role. Like, I knew the first time we had a conversation, you were like jumping off the wall, so excited. So yeah, so Sterling is he's exceptional, you know?
Okay. And the title, I saw this 2 days ago. I came back and I saw it again with y'all. Like, the title, Is God Is, where'd that come from? Because I don't think I heard it in the movie. Is it?
Yeah,
Is there a line?
Well, no.
You hear God.
You hear
You hear
God.
God, yeah.
That's right. So God's in the movie. Yes, of course. So I think of the title as both a question: Is God is? Does our mother exist? Who is she? What is the value of our mother? And also a statement, an insistence: Is God is, right? Mostly for Racine, we feel that, and it's the sort of fuel for the journey. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
And for you, Sterling, you know, you talk about being really intentional with roles that you take on.
Yeah.
What did this film allow you to explore that you felt like you haven't done yet?
You know, it's interesting because, like, I look at it, there's a micro and a macro to it. Like, the micro is like, oh, he's the bad guy, but no bad guy ever sees themselves as a bad guy. I think in terms of the macro, like, I talked to my cousin about it, and she hit me with this bar. She's like, you know what? Somebody has to drive the bus in the Rosa Parks story, right? And I was like, oh, I can drive the bus. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's in service of something else, and it's a female empowerment film where these women are taking action and taking agency and being like, you know what? We don't have to sit back and just let this stuff happen to us. We can do something about it. And I think that message was the thing that resounded with me most of all, that I want to be in. So I just had to be the foil for that, you know?
Yeah. Now, you seen the play, Sterling?
I didn't get a chance to see the play.
Okay.
But I did do. I did a mini series called Washington Black, and my
Come on,
lead.
Hulu, did you guys
in
watch that?
Washington Black-
Yes.
Thank you. My lead in Washington Black was actually in the play in London. Ernest Kingsley Jr.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he told. I said, Ernest, you ever heard of this play? He's like, I did this play, Sterling. What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? They're doing a movie. And he got really excited.
What did you discover and kind of have to like leave behind from the play as you brought it to the screen?
I think I had to leave a lot of the language behind. I think I fall in love with the sound of my language. You know what I mean? Like I'm really, but I really wanted to serve and honor this art form. And there's a way that the image can do so much more work here that it can't do on the stage.
Yeah.
So I had to let the images breathe and kind of let some of the language fall away, which was hard because I'm a language girl. Wow. So yeah.
And a lot of folks in this room are creatives. I'm so curious for you, like. Taking on this cast, this big cast, people like Erika Alexander and Sterling and Janelle Monáe, Vivica Fox, the twins, like just incredible. Was that ever like scary to you? Did you ever battle like the kind of imposter syndrome so many of us get when we get the big job? And
She didn't seem scared.
Yeah.
I was not scared to work with the actors at all. And part of it is that I've had a lot of practice talking to actors, and to me it's just artist to artist. There's no time. It almost felt like our schedule was so tight. There was no time for that. I just had to dive right in. Also, they were incredibly welcoming. Sincerely, like I could feel that energy that Sterling is describing of like wanting it to be good for me. Like I felt a sense of protection from the cast and humility and curiosity, and just like they trusted me. So when you feel that, it makes it easy, I think.
I mean, and it felt effortless. For us, it felt effortless. Sterling, you also are flanked by so many incredible women in this cast. Are there any moments that stand out in your memory from working with, I think about Vivica, but there's so many other women that you
let's shout out Mallory and Kara, because they hold this shit down.
Yes, down.
They hold this shit down. I remember the first time I saw KY on, what did I see? What's the Pearly? I saw Pearly Victorious. Thank you very much. I was like, oh, this is this channeling Ruby. Like this joint was ridiculous. So I was a fan from there, and then she just won like 2 more or something because she just keeps winning stuff. And she's in Proof right now. She's probably gonna win something else. I don't know. So I was just excited to work with her and to work with Mallory. Like the scene that we had together, because she's the first person I talked to when we come into the house, was so. My character has the service of being set up very well, because they talk about him the whole movie, but you only see him. It's my Judi Dench, man. I get about 8 minutes. I'm just trying to make that shit pop. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's been talking about him the whole time, so you're waiting to see who he's gonna be and what he's gonna show up as. But I had back scenes with Vivica, who I have had a mild crush on for quite some time. I got to pick her up. I held her in my arms. This shit is crazy. I've worked with Erika before on fiction, and so we didn't get anything, but like to see her act a damn fool, and her shit was just amazing, right? And then Janelle and I were just in the hair and makeup trailer, but I guess she wanted to leave me real bad in the movie because she was peeing on stuff. I don't know if you could tell from the final edit, but she was peeing on my stuff, which wasn't cool. But it was like to see all of the women in the film and to see them just sort of eat. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not often that you get a chance to see a film full of black women killing that shit, man. And that just makes me full of joy. Full of it.
And one person, I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but Mother Divine, Erika Alexander, that took me out.
Bruh.
That took me out.
Bruh.
It took me out. I was screaming when I saw, I even texted her because I know her, like we're friendly. And I said, I gotta tell Aleshea how incredible. And she just kept saying, it's all her. It's all her. Like it was on paper. What was it like directing that scene? Because I heard y'all in here laughing even at that scene. Because it's so quick, but it's like one of those moments that to me is like Oscar worthy.
Yeah, oh wow. I'm so happy to hear you say that. Erika is extraordinary, as we know, right? And she's really good people. That scene actually scared me a little bit because of the number of people in the scene. I think this was a lot, you know, the number of bodies that needed to be orchestrated. I remember that day was a little like, okay, keep it going, you know what I'm saying? Like, but Erika was a pro, and anything that I threw at her, she tried, and she was working really, really hard and did a beautiful job of capturing both the foolishness and also the tenderness of that character, her vulnerability.
Was she eating ribs or chicken?
Ribs.
Yes.
Ribs.
Broad was going to town.
But I'm telling y'all, I don't know if y'all here for it. I want like a Mother Divine prequel or something.
Yes.
You got it in you. You got it in you.
I got
feel
it
like
in me, babe.
something
We could do something.
because there's so much
She waited
story.
18 years.
Yes.
There's so much
That's a long
story
time.
that's like
She shoulda
you
left.
want, and I think it's same thing for Janelle Monáe. Like you want more of the backstory. You know,
Yeah.
it's just so rich. And also for you, Sterling, with working with Erika, and you see that scene. What did you feel when you saw her on screen? 'Cause
Joy.
You knew her. Yeah.
Joy. That one in particular, because there's ography. It's like the one scene like when everybody like falls out at the same time. I was like, oh, this shit is weird, and I love it. I freaking love it. It's funny because we're all sort of siloed. Like all of our scenes were sort of individual. Like we don't get a chance to interact with each other. So when I finally got a chance to watch the movie, and I watched it twice in LA, like by myself. I went one time with my publicist, one time with my manager. And it was funny. This is what I'm most concerned about because I look at this audience. I was with them and they're both white. And they're like, are we allowed to laugh? I was like, this shit is hysterical. I can't believe it. And they're like, we saw you laugh, so we're like, okay, we can laugh now. So I hope white people laugh. I want white people to enjoy themselves.
And Aleshea, I mean, there's so many lines in here that I think are brilliant, but one that stood out for me was the one when Vivica's talking to her daughters, make your daddy dead, real dead. Like, where did that come from? Because to me, it's like, it sticks with you. Even in the trailer, it sticks with you.
Yeah. So it's definitely in the play. There's a little more
But
language.
in your mind, where did it come
In my mind.
Like, where'd you get
You
that
know,
lingo?
honestly, there's this movie called Shatas. Does anybody know this? And I remember
Hey, y'all
there's a
saw it.
line. There's a line in the movie when the guy says, "Me want everything around that dead," and that was like resonating when it was like just the totality of like everything, kill everything. So that line actually.
Thank you. I needed that. And then the other part
Shatas.
was the twin language. Like when the twins were talking to each other without speaking, brilliant. And was that in the play also?
Yeah, so actually, that was me trying to carry over something from the play, which is the typography. If you see the play on the page, there's a lot of performance of the language, and I really wanted to try and honor that with the movie, so I brought that over. So they don't like look at each other on stage without speaking, but yeah, it's something I brought into the movie.
And you guys, when I watched this movie, I don't know if y'all felt the same way, I kept thinking about like Django Unchained or a Kill Bill. Did you ever feel that way when you saw it?
Yeah.
Like, and also Vivica was in Kill Bill.
This is true.
Like, what does that feel like to get compared to those kind of movies? I know y'all felt the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, for both of you.
I mean, I think it's hard for me to see it, I think, as Tarantino-esque as maybe other people do.
Okay.
I think certainly it's there. When I wrote the play, I went back and rewatched Kill Bill. So I think it's one of those things where my lens is corrupted by having written from the inside and maybe not feeling that. But it's definitely there, the blood play, and he gave me permission to do a lot of things, but quite differently.
I don't know. I like watching the man get his ass beat at the end. It's weird. It's like both things are happening at the same time. It's like, oh, they really beat my ass. I was like, you beat his ass. It's this weird sort of disconnected thing. And I was like, go, girl. I was like, ow, why y'all hitting me so hard? But I just loved it's heightened and explored. Like I hope that it feels like parable. It feels like it's not meant to be taken literally. You know what I'm saying? I hope people are able, because it's coming from a play and being translated into cinema, like, but it still has a natural theatricality to it that I hope people are able to sort of like lose themselves into, and hopefully not take it too, like literally. Like sometimes I get questions about like, how do you feel about burning people? I was like, well, I'm against it. I'm against burning people.
Yeah. I'll just say that, like, I think I love what you just said, Sterling. The size of it, the sort of mythic register of it, definitely Tarantino. I think that sensibility of like that it's playful, that you're not it can't be played like straight realism. Otherwise, it's a terrible movie. So yeah.
And it feels just like on scale with like the quality and like the legendariness of it. Like
Oh,
that is
thank
where you are
you.
with this movie.
Oh, wow.
And I think about, this next question, like this feels like one of those moments that's gonna change everything for you as a director, Aleshea. I'm curious for you, Sterling, as an actor,
Yeah.
what was the role that changed everything for you?
It's probably People versus OJ, like in a real sincere way, like because I'd done 6 years of a TV show called Army Wives, and thank you.
Yes, yes.
I was real popular with black grandmamas. I did real well, and in Charleston, I was big pimping in Charleston, but outside of that, not a lot. And then that show happened, People versus OJ, and it changed it changed a lot because it went from OJ to This Is Us, and in the middle of This Is Us did Black Panther, and so just to have a part in it, you know what I'm saying? Like those three things all together sort of made stuff happen.
And I think that's right. That was 10 years ago. That was
That's
2016.
10 years ago.
Wow. If you could go back to your whatever age you were, 'cause Black Don't Crack, in 2016 and give yourself advice, what would it be?
I was 40, thank you. Because I'm 50. I'm 50 now. Thank you. I don't even know. For me, my whole thing since I left grad school, I graduated from NYU in '01, and all I ever wanted was to pay my bills doing the thing that I loved, right? And I said, God, we spend a lot of money on this school now. I was like, can I just like do this thing that I love and make a living out of it? So I feel like I've been blessed to be successful since I graduated from school because I've been able to do the thing that I love the whole time. Now, whether I did it and a lot of people knew about it or a few people knew about it, it really didn't matter to me. It was just the joy that I felt being on stage, being in front of the camera, trying to slip into somebody else's shoes. It feels like God's work. Like it feels like empathy at the highest degree. Like if he made all of us, then all of our stories have some level of validity to them. And so to try to understand what makes somebody do something feels like God's work. And it allows me to move through life in such a way where I think for a long time, somebody growing up as a Christian in a sort of fundamentalist way, I loved you with a stiff arm. I loved you, but like, don't get too close, because if you don't love Jesus the way that I do, then they have to keep you like about right here. And I feel like my sort of evolution through this profession has allowed the arm to like go away. And I'm just gonna love you. I'm just gonna love you. Like God handled everything else, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanna meet you where you are and allow you to feel seen in my presence. I feel like that's one of the greatest gifts that you can give to any other human being. That's it.
Wow. Preach. I don't want to hog up all the questions. Do y'all got a question? Anybody? Oh, come on, yes.
Thank you. How y'all doing?
Good, bro.
Before I get into my question, can we just do one more applause for the film, y'all? 'Cause that was crazy. I guess, as an artist, the question that I would ask is, this was subversive for both of you. Can you speak to some of the processes or some of the thoughts, the experiences, the preparation, whether that was research or character development, whatever that looked like? Because I'm both a writer and actor, so I'm interested to hear from both of you guys what that looks like when you're doing something subversive. Because we all know what's within us, but the people and the people that hold the purse strings may not always have that same, knowledge. So, thank you.
What you got, Madam Director?
So I think that the subversion feels kind of inherent to myself. I feel like I'm just a bit weird, and I just follow my weird. I think that was the journey, was understanding and respecting that even though people had an idea what I should be writing based on who I am, that I needed to buck that in order to be honest to myself and tell the kind of stories that I thought would actually resonate. So I think I was practiced by the time it was time to make this movie in that. I think sometimes you have to explain things in a language people will understand, right? Because I've found that like people like a thing that I do over there, but when they get to see how the sausage is made and they have power, sometimes they don't want me to be that weird. You know what I'm saying? When they get in there, it's like, they get a little scared. So I think it's doing a little bit of a dance and assurance and assuring them through like competence and and talking to them with specificity about what it is I'm trying to do. So there was research, there was hiring really good heads of department, there was hiring exceptional actors and people who were sincerely excited about the project. Like I didn't want anybody on board for whom it was just like a job. I really was trying to find co-conspirators. Thank you. Yes, yeah. Siki Simon did make, and the prosthetic was by a man named Vincent Van Dyke in Burbank. Yeah, they did tremendous work. Yeah.
It's weird, bruh. Like, I am a dude similar to what Madam Director just says. Like, I feel like I'm a much stranger than what people give me credit for, because they know me for certain things and they assume that like, oh, he's a good dude. He's a wholesome. God, I love him so much. And I love the love, you know? And I'm also fucking weird, bro. Like honestly, so things that like strike you as subversive strike me as fun. It's fun to play the bad guy. Wow. Plain and simple. Like that may sound like a crazy sort of thing, but it was also in service of a story that I felt like I wanted out in the world. Because I don't win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it would feel different to me if I won. I was like, I don't know if I want that story. Like, I'll give you an example. I don't even know if I can talk about this, but I'm going to. Have anybody seen this movie called Waves? Yes. Okay. So, like, I had deep concerns when I did this movie. Because I was like, this young black man does something. And the way that it was written, it was ultimately different in the way that we shot it. And like they would ask me questions like, does it matter if she's white versus Latina? I was like, unfortunately, yeah, it kind of does. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen so many images of black men perpetrating violence towards white. It's the first movie. You know what I'm saying? It's Birth of a Nation. Like, it's like, how's this shit started in the first place? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I had deep concerns. And one of the reasons why I did the movie was like, as protective as I felt of that character, of that son in the movie, I felt protective of Kelvin in that way. I was like, wanted to make sure that he was taken care of and sought after, right? So I chose it for a different reason than this one. This one was like, I love that these women, and also like, because like Scene and I have two different arcs in the course of the film. Scene is like, I'll kill anybody. She's like, you want me to kill him? I'll kill him. And Naya's like, but we don't do that. She's like, well, you might not do it. I'm about to kill this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And it was really something beautiful to see that this woman who is sort of like the shy, quieter one, that she's the one that gets to survive, that she's the one that gets to propagate life, that she gets to take her beauty and continue it in the midst of all of this death and all of this destruction, that beauty is still, this innocence still is the thing that perseveres and moves through it. So I think because of the story, I was like, I'll do whatever I need to do in order to make sure that the story gets a chance to be seen by the world, regardless of what I have to do in it.
Wow. One more question over here.
I love this movie so much. I think there's so many amazing shots that are so wonderfully like put out. I have a question. So you do such a great job at painting Sterling's character, very sharp and prickly, but when we get to him at the end and we see his face, you kind of come off as a bit more rounded and not so scary. Can you talk about your artistic decision to make that? Because we get these shots of like these shoes, they're sharp, he steps out the car, the belt, and then you get out in Sperry's. And we're like, well, is he scary?
Yeah. So this is good. And you tell me what you thought about this, because this is what I thought in my head. There's been so much set up about him that he is the big bad that I wanted to try to subvert those expectations and be like, is he really that bad? Like, even the voice I use is like one of the nicest people that I know from North Carolina, and the way he talks to you, sometimes you say, hey, Sterling, how you doing? It's good to see you, brother. And I'd be like, hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? It's good to see you too. And I was like, oh, you know what? They won't think he did anything. Let me try that, because I want him to be as trusted as possible until he's not. Like that was the goal. I don't know if you, because when I did the voice, like I was like, I'm not gonna tell anybody what I'm doing. And I did it, and you're like, okay. You're like, it's cool.
Well, the thing it was perfect because I remember what's in the script is that it's meant to be exactly what he did. The script says something like it's like Barack Obama. You know what I mean? He's supposed to give suburban dad because I wanted that subversion that you're talking about. We want that flip when he slaps her across the face. Yeah. So, and I think that there's something to be said about the kind of men who are charming and are also do these horrendous things. So it's very much wanting to keep things surprising and to like, freak what people would expect of him. Yeah.
Wow. We're gonna get ready to wrap, you guys, I think, but a couple more questions. For fans when they walk out of this theater, this is a conversation piece. What do you want the conversation to be?
I want them to think about Black women. I want them to be wanting to honor Black women, to be excited about Black women, to maybe feel a little bit afraid, because I feel like folks aren't afraid enough of Black women. You know what I'm saying? They really aren't. That's what I want them to, these actors, I want them to get every flower on the planet. I'm really, really stoked for that for them.
How about you, Stan?
And you too. Yes.
Yes, that part. Yes, yes.
Yeah, no, I echo everything that she says. Like, Kara, people in New York know who she is from the stage or whatnot. Like, she eats in this joint. Mallory is friggin' fantastic in it. Like, I like seeing sisters win. That's really, at the end of the day, like to have Alana be the person that champions this movie, Alana Mayo at Orion, what have you. Like, yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm married to a Black woman. We've been married for 20 years.
Oh, come
Thank
on.
you very much. And I was like, I got to win some points with her.
It's so funny, Sterling, when I walked out of the theater, or the screening that I was in, these women were behind me, Black women, and they were talking about the movie, and they were like, but I love me some Sterling K. Brown, though. Like, you have a crazy fan base. Like, what's your message to your fan base that love you for all the work that you've done to come out and see you?
Just stick with your boy. Please, stick with your boy. I love you too. I mean, with everything that I do, I in a heartbeat, like I want to be able to go into the beauty shop or the barber shop and be like, yo, that's what's up, bruh. Like you're doing your thing. But also too, like if I step into the Erewhon, I want them to be like, oh my God, it's so amazing. I'm trying to get the crossover butts like Richard Pryor talked about, but it's all about the community. It's all about my people. Like if I can do something that they feel proud of, that makes it easier for other people to have an opportunity to do something just a little bit easier, then I've done my job. Listen. I have this thing right now that you're talking about that feels like the way that I used to look at people as a young person who I felt like, oh, one day hopefully I can have a career like that. Like I get it now that like people are seeing me in that way, which still feels freaking weird. It feels weird because I still feel like a little boy. I got a lot of gray right now that's coming through, but I still feel like a little boy who's like, oh, maybe one day, like I'm gonna go see Proof tomorrow because I'm gonna go see Don Cheadle. I was like, oh, Don Cheadle in it, I'm like mad excited, And if anybody feels that way about me, then I'm touched. Like honestly, like I'm just touched. I feel overcome with love most days when I walk down the street, when I like look at people's eyes and whatnot, and I see the love that they look at me with. I just want to give it back to them and let them know that I receive and I reciprocate. That's it.
That's a word right there.
We got one.
Yes,
there's something, because you keep using this word love, and there's something that I've said to people without you in the room that I should have mentioned earlier when you were asking about Sterling and what made him suitable for the role. And I've said to people, it's because he loves Black women. This had to be played by a man who loves us, and that love is absolutely felt, Sterling. Without quite that first call when you were just like so on my rooting for me, rooting for the project on set when they had moved something. You were like, "Is that supposed to be there? Because we can't have no Black movie looking a mess." You remember that? looking out at every turn. When you were asking me questions that I knew you were trying to be like, okay, sis, like, are we, you know what I'm saying? You dramaturgically, do we have this together? You know, just love, love. So I feel it. I feel it. Thank you.
Listen, we got one last question for you, but I want to also make sure you guys get on social media, talk about this movie. Hashtag #IsGodIs. It opens May 15th. May 15th.
That's right.
Nationwide. I also want to thank James Ward and Gloria and the whole entire team. Michael Geiser, the publicist, and thank y'all for coming out. Like, seriously. And Neuhaus, thank Neuhaus. But the last question, you guys know it already. We always end Vibes and Views with this question. It's a deep question. I got it from Oprah years ago. What is the lesson that's taking you the longest to learn?
I'll start. Okay. This one sort of dawned on me the other day with my wife. And I was actually talking to my castmate from This Is Us. His name's Chris Sullivan. He played Toby in it. And we were talking about helping people. And he said something to the effect that, like, help isn't help unless you're helping someone in a way in which they want to be helped. Love isn't love unless you're loving someone in a way in which they want to be loved. So you think you're doing something, and you're like, look, I'm showing you love in all these ways, but it's like, that's not the way that I receive love. And so, like, only in showing it the way in which they see it as being love are you doing something that is actually loving. And so, like, 20 years married, I think I just got it. I think I would dip in and dip out, but like, I feel like, oh, okay, this is what love feels like to ride. So do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oof. Yes. You got that. How about you, Ali?
I think for me, it's just to release. I really struggle with release. I literally got a tattoo that's inspired by the last line of Song of Solomon, for he knew what Shalimar knew. If you surrender to the air, you could ride it. Ooh. So there's something, I mean, obviously I'm wrestling with release in this movie, and there's something in just being unbothered. But what's tricky about it is I feel like I couldn't make the work I make if I weren't bothered. You know what I mean? So it's that's my, I think, life challenge and journey.
Well, listen, I feel like we're all gonna walk out of here a little bit changed. So thank you, both of you, for the work that you've done, and thank y'all for being here. Let's get on our feet. Let's get on our feet.
Appreciate
y'all
you
deserve
all.
a standing ovation. Bravo, bravo.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.